just feel it all over your tongue. You feel it all over your tongue. You feel it in the back of your throat. That doesn't even sound right.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we deliver you another Hot Ones reunion special brought to you by Pringles with Gabriel Iglesias back in the hot seat. Today, we not only have some new hot sauces on the table for you to try, but also some of our very own limited edition Hot Ones Pringles flavors. They're the go-to snack of summer and a dream come true for our little chicken wing talk show. Gabriel Iglesias, welcome back to Hot Ones. What's going through your mind as you prepare to take on the gauntlet for a second time?
Well, first of all, man, it's been a long time since I've been here, and
Too
clearly
long.
You guys have a budget now. Thanks for the dressing room and the snacks. Your snack game is
Moving on
different.
up, moving
when
on
I
up.
saw, because before that, the last time it was just a vending machine, but now it's like whatever you want. I go, you sure? Because last time, it's a different game. But thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
We'll start at the classic, and then we also have a classic Hot Ones Pringle. You can get these exclusively at Circle K stores.
So it's basically like a chicken wing chaser.
Yeah, we got a chicken wing chaser.
Chicken
we
wing
got
chaser.
the crisp with the chicken wing chaser over here.
Okay, so
I'm
we're gonna
just
start.
letting you know.
We're
We'll
gonna
start with the
this.
crisp and
All right.
chase it with the wing.
Here we go. Chase it with a wing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good. I got it.
So I want to start by congratulating you on your recent historic sold-out performance at Dodger Stadium. As someone who respects comics who play to the back of the room, how is your approach as a performer different when you're playing a huge baseball stadium versus a small intimate comedy club?
I think the pacing of it. You definitely need to slow down and you need to take in what's happening. Whereas at a comedy club, everybody's so close to you that you have to just, throw it out there. You know immediately if you're doing good, and you know immediately if you're sucking balls. Can I say that?
Go ahead, let it
Sucking
fly.
balls. So, in a situation like Dodger Stadium, the material. I've been working on this set for like 3 years now, and so I was very, very comfortable with it.
You got to savor it a little bit, like the flavor over here. You know? It
See
sticks
what
with
he
you.
did there? See what he did there? Yeah, because I'm not done with this one. Adobo Loco.
Kind of a little island
Are we
vibe.
putting something on it, or it's already been
already sauced?
Okay, ready. Here we go. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet. I like that.
It comes from Hawaii and has that island vibe to it.
Yeah, I'm reading adobo, so something told me that maybe this is like something from the Philippines, but you're saying it's from Hawaii.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a kick. It's slow. It's slow. You should call this the fluffy, because you're like, nah, it's not gonna get, and then eventually it hits, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, he was there all along.
So during your 2020 appearance on First We Feast, the burger show, you took us inside your Fluffy Museum to show off what has to be one of the largest privately owned Volkswagen bus collections in the entire world. Is there something that you're proud to have added to the showroom in the time since we spoke to you last? A new toy, something?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, take your time.
Yes. Call it the Lager. My friend Alfred bought me a Volkswagen thing. It almost looks military. And the windshield goes down, and it's like a convertible, but then it's like, it's a challenge to get in. They only made it for a couple years. But everybody that sees it goes, that's freaking cool, because it's so different. So I added one of those, and I also added a Volkswagen Bug 60.
I saw the red one.
Yes. Oh man, that's nice. That's nice. It was actually intended for someone else, and they wound up not going for it, and I did, and now it's mine. So yeah, my win.
What's special about that car? Like, what draws you to some of these toys?
First of all, I have to feel comfortable in it. And the big question always, if people say, "Oh, you really fit in those Volkswagens?" Yeah, bunch of dicks, man. I'm a big guy, but it's a car. So yes, I fit, and it's very comfortable, and you just feel chill. It's such a relaxed ride, and it's so old, and yeah, you smell gas, and yeah, there's no AC, and yeah, the dogs are complaining. They're back there like, "Hey, where's the Beamer?" I'm like, "Sorry, we're taking, we're gonna roll in a Volkswagen." it's nostalgic, even though I wasn't part of that world way back in the day. For me, it's just it's a cool vibe. All right, so mezcalin.
Mescaline.
Here we go. This one's kind of slow like the adobo, but I'm still feeling adobo.
So last time you were on the show, we discussed your love of wrestling, and then to brag on your behalf, you did go a perfect 10 for 10 on our wrestling catchphrase quiz that we did to close out the show. From your perspective as a comedian, who would you say was the funniest wrestler of all time?
Ooh, probably The Rock. The Rock always had zingers. I think that The Rock would have been a really good comedian just because he's so comfortable with the microphone. He's very witty, he's very likable. So that's the first thing with comedy. Are you likable? And he got away with saying some crazy things and no one ever got mad at him. You know, he was just The Rock. That was just how he was. And he was very quick on his feet. I remember when he was cutting promos with John Cena. Cena was good, but Rock was like, wow. And I'm just like, oh, I would not want to get into a roast battle with The Rock.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm a comic, I still feel like The Rock would be like, well, listen, you know, he hit me with something. And I'm like, I can't say nothing, that's The Rock. But yeah, The Rock definitely is probably the funniest wrestler.
Well, if you say it, then it's the truth. Are you ready to move on here to number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4, and with number 4, we have a Pringles crisp, Los Calientes Verde.
Can I get you to say the name again?
Los Calientes Verde.
See how he didn't try to sound Latino? He was just like, I'm white and this is how I talk. I appreciate that. You weren't trying to pull out the high school Spanish, Los Calientes Verde, and then go back to be like, so listen, Gabe. You know, you kept it real. I appreciate that. Respect. Okay, so this is Los Calientes Verde. Scorching. Okay, so this looks impressive. I'm excited.
For Los Calientes fans, the Verde is available at grocery stores nationwide. You can also grab Los Calientes Rojo Pringles exclusively at Walmart. Should we do it like we did last time with the crisp and then the wing chaser?
Crisp and then wing chaser?
Wing chaser.
Unless you want to freaking try to do this thing right here.
Oh, okay, I like this.
Is that kind of gangster?
Innovating. Yeah, I like this.
All right, here we go.
Hope we don't crack a veneer.
That's going to happen. Oh, shoot. I've never done that before.
Neither have I. Kind of a game changer.
That's got a really nice flavor. It's not uncomfortable. You could feel the spice in it, but it's like, man, I want more.
From laundromats to bingo nights to the literal back of a truck, what would you say was the strangest comedy venue that you ever performed in early on in your career?
Oh, that's easy. I performed inside of an empty swimming pool because the owner of the house, yeah, it wasn't always Dodger Stadium. I performed in an empty swimming pool that still had like a little bit of water left at the very bottom. And the owner's thing, the way he sold it was, look, man, we don't have a sound system. So you get in the pool and everyone will just stand on the outside. And this way the acoustics of the natural acoustics, you know, everyone will hear it and it'll sound like a real big show. I was so young in the game, I didn't know what a bad gig was, what a good gig was. All I knew is they were gonna feed me and I had gas money. So I'm like, win. And I think it turned out well because I wasn't thinking about the situation. I was just happy to be working and happy to be performing. Yeah, that's a weird kind of orange. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. That one had something, a little sweetness coming out.
Yeah, and then sort of like that deeper Reaper pepper comes through. But so far, we're doing good.
I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This got a little magic on it, if that's what you want to call it. Mm-hmm.
But going in. All right, Fluffy, as you may recall, we have a recurring segment on our show called Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram, pull interesting pictures that need more context. Besides your recent performance at Dodger Stadium, what's your all-time favorite Dodger Stadium memory?
I got to, oh man, you know, and I don't want to sound like a douche, but I got a few good ones. Throwing out a couple first pitches. I got to announce, you know, it's now time for Dodger baseball. I was there for a World Series game.
Tommy Lasorda, right?
Reaper. I got to meet Tommy Lasorda. I met him twice. One time it was in passing on the way out, and I think everybody was trying to meet Tommy, so it was kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
But the second time, he came to me, which freaked me out. And he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "How are you?" And so I was geeking out. I was geeking out because I knew how, I mean, it was an incredible moment, and I got a chance to meet the man, and I thought it was nice. It was very nice. It was not forced. It wasn't like, "Hey, Tommy, you got to come meet this guy." "Oh, I got to meet another. It was very much he wanted to come say hi, which I thought was really nice. It was really sweet, and so that picture is actually on my wall.
I love that.
Oh, I'm burning. Freaking Reaper. Freaking Reaper's ruining this moment. That's so emotional. That was the Reaper. Oh, yeah. That was an interesting day. I was invited to be on his show. I'm trying to remember the name.
Hotboxing.
Excuse me, that's right. Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. And so we get there, and I did not know that it was basically a dispensary. That it was a, so it's...
He's got a whole thing going on over there.
There's so many random things happening when you get there. And I could talk to you about, that day for hours. But that moment right there, I thought that was pretty cool. That was after the interview. He was super nice. Mike Tyson's one of those people where I feel like he's, polar opposites. So either he's like the sweetest, nicest, just very inviting and warm. And how are you feeling? You okay? Can I get you something? And then the other side is like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to die. But that was really cool. I love the fact that once the show was over, he could have just called it a day, but he stuck around and he came over and said, "Hey, can I take a pic?" And he was like, "Yeah, take them." I want to do a bad Tyson impression and then have him come looking for me. But yeah, we took that picture, and that picture is also on my wall. That's a really cool day.
Iconic. You have a good wall. It sounds like you have a good wall.
You're on my wall.
No, I'm not on your wall.
You are on my wall.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I gotta see this wall.
Yeah. It's a big wall.
All right, are you ready to move on down the lineup? Back half here.
You know what? I'm gonna get a little bit of water so that I feel like I need to
me
reset.
too. Yep. Take a little pit stop.
This tastes very different.
Yeah. Has like a collard green vibe to it.
That was good.
There we go.
That was not uncomfortable at all. That was very pleasant.
And you're taking these all down to the bone, too. Came to throw down on round 2.
Yeah, it's a little delayed on that one. I think I'm feeling the ghost.
I think that this is a good time to point out you've been such a friend to the First We Feast channel, doing Tacos con Todo, The Burger Show, Snacked, now your second time on Hot Ones. And I'm curious, how does the guest experience...
I'm a lifer, bro. I'm in it to win it, man.
Blood in, blood out. How does the guest experience of doing Hot Ones compare to, say, doing The Burger Show or Tacos con Todo?
Well, clearly, I mean, in a situation with like The Burger Show, that was fun because we got to make the burgers together.
Yeah.
We're side by side, we're cooking, you're smelling everything. It's like, it's the buildup, whereas like here, everything's already made. Everything's already out. We're already in this level versus, I think if we were making the wings together and then we're mixing, so it's that buildup to this point. And with Trejo, we went to a Mexican restaurant that's in my hood, but it was different because normally when I'm at home at this restaurant, there's people coming by left and right. Whereas because we had production there, everyone was kept out, and we actually just got to enjoy the restaurant by ourselves.
Oh.
And it was nice because I'm noticing things on the walls. I'm like, oh, I never noticed that before because I'm always running. But a very different experience. Right now, my face is starting to feel something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. We're going through some changes here. Physiologically, the walls are closing in on us a little bit. And when that happens, I think the only thing you can do, the only way out is through, as they say.
Keep going.
Just move on to the next wing.
I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling a whole lot.
I would say that you're lucky because I'm catching.
That's the thing with some of these when I see people doing these hot challenges, or it starts off and then people get very cocky. I remember when I was in Europe a few years back, there was a guy in the street who would sell these hot sausages. That was his thing. He'd sell these sausages, and they would have the scorpion chili and another chili in it, and you had to sign a thing, and you had to eat it in front of him wearing gloves.
Yeah.
So it was this hot dog. And basically, like, you know, I did a challenge with everybody. I'm like, hey, I'm feeling that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, messed up my own story. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
You're in Europe. You were
I'm in
eating
Europe.
spice sausages.
Yeah, everybody ate the. Oh, wow, that's yeah, that did it. I don't want to burp on. Sorry. Edit that out.
On the topic of Europe, did you have a favorite sightseeing experience during your most recent Fluffy World Tour? It seems like you had a good time at the ruins in Greece.
You know, I've had the honor of, you know, seeing a lot of really cool things over the years, palaces and just, you know, landmarks. But going to Greece, I had always wanted to go to Greece, and so much started there. And to see these, you know, basically I want to say it right, the Parthenons. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Not the Greek people calling.
Just blame it on the sauce.
Yeah, I'll blame it on the
If you mess
sauce.
it up, blame it on the sauce.
It was really, really cool because I've seen so many pictures over the years from, you know, from the 50s and 60s and 70s of other entertainers that have gone to Greece, and they all take the same picture. And I'm like, oh my God, I took the same picture right at the same, you know, like I was watching the George Carlin documentary the other day, and there's a part where George Carlin is standing there with his wife, and they're right in front of it, and I'm like, oh, how freaking cool. I was right there. Like, it was the exact same spot, which I thought was really, really cool.
This next one is The Bomb Beyond
starting to-
Insanity. And this is one that maybe you remember because it was actually around the last time that you were on the show.
So the last time I did the show, this one right here is the one that sent me home to a bottle of Pepsi.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wasn't feeling this way the last time I got to this point. Excuse me, the last time I got to this point, I was still comfortable. Whereas right now, I'm still feeling the edges from the adobo.
Yeah.
And that curse I'm feeling. So this, I don't think is gonna go well.
Yeah. I'm like, look at the color of this one.
Can't throw a chip in there, huh? Pringles, where are you to save me? Okay.
Why? Cheers. I know. I know.
That is so uncomfortable.
I know. It's the worst.
Ugh. Do people finish the wing, or is it just usually one bite?
Not usually on this one, for obvious reasons.
This hot sauce is. There's nothing about it that. Oh. You just feel it all over your tongue. You feel it all over your tongue. You feel it in the back of your throat. That doesn't even sound right. What show were you on? Yeah.
So earlier this year, it was announced that you'd be starring and producing in a Netflix project, I, Chihuahua, which combines three of your life's passions: dogs,
Why am I crying?
wrestling, and cartoons. Under these distressing conditions, do you have a Mount Rushmore of animated shows, like a top 4 cartoons of all time?
I'm not acting. I'm very uncomfortable. Look at my.
Yeah, and be careful. Don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Oh, yeah. Toy Story? Coco? I'm blanking right now.
I know.
That's what it would feel like to eat COVID. All right, that's yeah. If COVID was a wing and a sauce,
Right.
that'd be it right there. What? Dingo Psycho sauce.
Out of Australia.
All right, Dingo. Let's see what you got, mate. We're gonna go all down under here. All right, huh? I'm still tasting the bomb.
Given the venue, I think it's worth mentioning that you recently partnered with Tapatio for a limited edition fluffy hot sauce. Now that you've been battle tested today by this gauntlet today. What would you say distinguishes like a good hot sauce from a mediocre hot sauce?
Lack of pain. For example, with tapatio versus any of the sauces here, it's a very, very nice flavor. I feel like it makes the food taste better. It enhances the experience of whatever you're eating.
All right, Gabriel Iglesias. This is the last dab. We call it the last dab because it's tradition around here to put a little extra on the last wing.
Okay.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Mine is sealed.
Go ahead and pop that, yeah.
You sure? Because I could just take this one with me. If you could sign it, make it out to eBay.
I got it. I got you.
Here, bro. Here, hook me up.
Here, gotcha.
Hook me up.
Straight across the table. There you go.
All right. There you go. Came from the man himself.
Straight.
It was fun.
We're closing things out, and as we've learned today, from humble beginnings to selling out Dodger Stadium, you've scaled the heights of comedy, and I know that you have a deep appreciation for those who came before you. You've watched Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams, Sam Kinison so many times that you can't even count. What's the quality in a stand-up that you admire the most?
How engaged they are with the people, the level of connection that they have. That's the most important thing, because if you can't connect, and it's one thing to be entertaining, it's one thing to have a good show, but how connected are you? When people leave, how do they feel? Was it like, oh, I saw a good show, or man, you know, so-and-so, like, dude, we got to come back and see him. He was really, you know, that one thing, when people are talking about what you were doing versus it overall, I think that's everything. So having that connection.
Mic drop. Gabriel Iglesias for the second time taking on the wings and Pringles of death. Hot Ones fans, go to Pringles.com to find out how you can get your limited edition Pringles and scan the QR code for your chance to win a special edition Last Dab Pringles Crisp. And now, there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you, Gabriel Iglesias. This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Right now I have heartburn, regret, indigestion. What do I have going on? Hey, follow me on Instagram, please. Follow me at Fluffy Guy. I'm the easiest person to find on the internet. Just Google the word Fluffy. I challenge you to Google the word Fluffy. I am the #1 thing in the world. I can't even talk straight. I'm the #1 fluffy thing that pops up. I come up before cats, comforters, quilts, fabric softener. Yeah, I'm the #1 thing that pops up. I own the word Fluffy.
Yeah, you do. You own Fluffy.
I own Fluffy.
You own
so
Fluffy.
I challenge you to see if I'm wrong. Oh, God.
You did it. You did it.
I'm just here for the free Pringles. Whew.
Perfect.
Free!